What's going on, guys? This is Mike with Chit Chat Gaming, and it is that time of the year once again. Spring training has begun. It's almost opening day. The smell of peanuts and popcorn's in the air. It is baseball season here, and that means that we got new baseball games out. MLB The Show's coming out here soon, and officially launched today, March the 5th, 2019. We have RBI Baseball 19. Now the game promised, new updates, a whole bunch of new models and everything for the characters, for the arenas and the stadiums and such as well too. And I don't want to spend too much time talking about that. I want to talk about my experience with the game. I've had the opportunity here to go ahead and review the game the past couple of years, thanks to RBI Baseball for providing me with a review copy of the Nintendo Switch version. I do plan on getting the Xbox One version as well too, and the iOS version when it does come out. So we'll get into that here in a little bit. But quickly, I narrowed it down to basically the positives and the negatives of this year, because really not a ton has changed, but there's enough things that have changed to talk about. But before we do that here, the game is available, like I said, today, March the 5th, on Xbox One, PS4, and Nintendo Switch for $29.99. It's available both physically and digitally in the respective stores of the console that you choose. Unfortunately, the iOS and the Android version of the game has not been released yet. It's not been announced yet, even of a launch date. But it is coming out here in the near future, and it will be $6.99 for both versions. One cool thing with this game as well too is if you purchase the game physically in Walmart stores, you do get a Topps trading card or trading card pack featuring different members of the roster as well too. Basically, what had happened here is that Topps and RBI had teamed together, is bringing this to you guys as well too. So make sure you keep that in mind, that you get a free pack of Topps trading cards if you pick up the game physically from Walmart. So with that being said out of the way here, guys, let's jump into it here. I'm going to start with the positives, because I want to be a positive person. I'm going to start with the positives of the game. So let's go ahead and let's go to my list here. So first things first, you're greeted to the menu, of course. The menu looks very, very similar to what it did last season or last year. Not really much has changed. Actually, it looks like a spitting image, copy and paste of last year's menu. But with that being said, before we get into that here, you have your basic modes, of course, like exhibition modes, which is a quick play. You have your postseason, your franchise. Of course, you have your home run derby as well too here. And then let's get into it though, guys. The choosing your characters or choosing your team, choosing your players. They've definitely done a great job of that here with things like alternate uniforms, where you have like a few different options. Some teams have 3, some teams have 5 or 6, where you can actually change like different uniforms and such to classic uniforms. So that's pretty cool. I do indeed enjoy that. So that's one thing I can say right now is the alternate uniforms. The next thing is going to be the player models. I think the player models of the characters look a lot better, the players look a lot better than what they have in the past. They definitely tried their hardest to make them look realistic as well too. With most of the players, some still look a little off, more so the legends, which we'll get to that. But for the majority, they did a great job with the player models this year. Stadiums themselves look updated, they look pretty good. The crowd still looks a little bit wonky. Not horrible, but the stadiums themselves, the texturing, the lighting, etc. do definitely look a lot better. One thing I can say right now too is the camera angles. Camera angles look even a whole lot better when you actually hit a ball into the outfield. The camera angles look great, hitting home runs and such as well too, taking bases, etc. They look a lot better with the different camera angles they have this year. Another thing too is sounds. The sounds sound great this year, like from the ball getting hit, pitching, etc. Everything sounds a lot better this year. With the home run derby mode, they actually had added in like a little announcer, saying like, this ball is going out, whatever, or this ball's out of here. They do a great job of adding a little sound bite in there as well too. Another thing too is the soundtrack. I actually really dig the soundtrack. They got some people like One Republic and such in there, and they've actually done a great job with the soundtrack itself. I was actually enjoying the menu, the load screens itself, and everything in between the different innings of the soundtrack. So that's my positives of the game. in handheld mode, really quick here, in handheld mode, I had the most fun with this game. In dock mode, it still looks good. It runs pretty well. As far as graphically, I didn't really see much frame rate issues, which you shouldn't in a game like this. But again, though, in handheld mode, I seem to enjoy it the most. But now let's get into the negatives. I hate being negative, but I have to dig into it. Like I said, when you're greeted with that menu, the one thing you're going to notice on the Nintendo Switch version is, once again, we are not getting online mode. I don't understand why we're not getting online. Xbox, PS4 all have it. Why are we not getting an online mode? We were not greeted with it. I was expecting to see online on there. I thought maybe they learned their lesson over the past couple years. Unfortunately, they have not. So as of right now, there is no online mode with the Switch version, which is definitely a disappointment. The animations, like I said, the player models look good, but the animations just, there's lots and lots of slowdown time on the animations, like some lag and such, which I'll show you some clips here that I really didn't like. I thought last year's animations looked a lot better. The player models look better this year, but the animations were a lot more crisp and a lot more smooth last year as well too. Another big negative too, which I don't know why it's so hard, but with commentary, we need some sort of commentary to add to the game. Games like MLB The Show, having that commentary definitely adds to it, even if it's it builds it up and everything as well too, gets that excitement going. I've been playing Mutant Football League here on Nintendo Switch, and it has commentary. It has commentary. A game like that has commentary. This game does not. So RBI Baseball, and I will let them know as well too, you need to add some sort of commentary in here, along with the online as well too. But another thing too here is, I spent so much time trying to find the classic players or the legends that it says that's in the game. I could not find anything. I was looking all over the place, and come to find out, it doesn't tell you anywhere on the actual team selection on how to get to them. You just gotta basically keep hitting R over and over again to get to, to kind of basically skim through. And it's actually towards the end. I thought there was gonna be like legend, like Cubs, legend White Sox, legend Cardinals, legend, etc. But there's not. There's just basically an NL Legends team, an AL Legends team, an AL Classics team, and an NL Classics team. And the one thing I don't like is that there's no pictures with this either. There's no pictures next to the characters. How hard can it be to get those? Sure, it might be, a little difficult, using their models and such, maybe legally, I don't know. But yes, there's no pictures, and it's really weird. But when you actually get into a game and you play with the legends or the classics, again, they try their hardest to make these guys look like actual players as well too. But I feel like they could have done a lot better of a job. So, long story short, guys, if you have a Nintendo Switch, you want to play RBI, you want to play baseball, because unfortunately for us Switch owners, as well as, Xbox owners, we don't have a dedicated baseball game like the show. We have a game like RBI Baseball. It's not a bad game. I had fun playing it. It's still a great baseball game. It's still fun to play. I'm not going in with the mindset of, oh my god, this is not the show, because I'm not going in with that mindset, because if you go with that mindset, then you're not going to enjoy the game. You got to stop and think about the little things that they're doing to help improve it, and along the way they may get better. Things like the character models, things like the camera angles and such, adding the legends, adding the uniforms are positives. But guys, the negatives are no online on Switch. Definitely a bummer. The animation is just very, very sloppy as well too. And God forbid the no commentary. You gotta have some commentary on there as well too. It's just, for me personally, it adds excitement, adds that thrill to the game. So guys, that is a quick rundown of RBI Baseball 19 on Nintendo Switch. Like I said, I'm going to see if I can get a copy of the Xbox One X version to see if the animations and such are a little bit faster and a little bit more smooth as well. Of course, I also want to play online, so I want to see how online runs. So I will do that, and I'll do a follow-up video here with the Xbox One X version. And then, of course, when the iOS version comes out, because that's what I do use, I'll be picking up a copy of that too to show you guys. So let me know down below if you have any questions that I can ask the RBI team as well too, any kind of complaints or anything. Not so much on me, because I'm just a messenger to an extent, but definitely let me know in the comment section below what you guys think here. Again, big thank you to RBI Baseball providing me with a copy of this version here. Again, the Nintendo Switch version is available for $29.99, both physically and digitally in the Nintendo eShop. As well as I mentioned, make sure you go to Walmart to pick up that physical copy so you can get your Topps trading cards. So guys, make sure you like this video, make sure you subscribe, make sure you hit that notification button so you guys can stay up to date on what's going on with RBI Baseball and more here with Mike at Chit Chat Gaming. So once again, guys, happy gaming.
Fly ball and deep.